If your main goal is losing body fat, kick things off with cardio. If your main goal is getting stronger, start with strength work first, then finish with cardio at the end. Hey, what's up? I'm Coach Kanma. If you're thinking about joining a gym, or you've just signed up and you're staring at all the machines like they're alien technology, this video is for you. By the end, you'll know what each major piece of equipment is for, how to structure your workouts, how often to train, and a few key tips to actually see results instead of just collecting membership fees. Let's make the gym feel like your space, not a scary place. Before we talk sets, reps, or fancy machines, let's get clear on what you're actually training. There are 4 big pillars we'll focus on: flexibility, cardio, resistance, and core. Flexibility is all about how easily your joints and muscles move. Think stretches and sometimes foam rolling. It keeps you moving well, helps you feel less stiff, and can reduce your risk of tweaking something when you train. Every workout should have at least a little bit of flexibility work, usually after you warm up and again at the end. Cardio is anything that makes your heart beat faster and your breathing pick up. Treadmills, bikes, ellipticals. It helps your heart, lungs, stamina, and calorie burn. You'll usually start with 5 to 10 minutes of light cardio to warm up. And on cardio-focused days, you'll push a bit harder and longer. Resistance or strength training is your muscle building department. Machines, dumbbells, barbells, and cables all live here. The goal is to challenge your muscles a few times per week so they get stronger, firmer, and more supportive for your joints in daily life. Core isn't just six-pack abs. It includes your abs, lower back, and deep stabilizing muscles that keep your spine and pelvis steady. We'll train it directly with moves like planks and crunches, and indirectly with squats, rows, and presses. Let's talk about the gear you'll see so you don't feel like you're walking into a spaceship. The treadmill is a moving belt you can walk or run on. You choose the speed and incline, so it can be anything from relaxed stroll to why did I do this to myself. The elliptical gives you a smooth, gliding motion for your arms and legs. It's easier on your joints than running and hits upper and lower body together. The stationary bike lets you sit and pedal with adjustable resistance. Resistance can go from easy spin to climbing a mountain. It's a great low-impact option, especially if your knees complain a lot. Strength machines are your best friends as a beginner. They guide your movement, and most have little diagrams showing which muscles you're using. Common upper body machines include bicep curl, tricep extension, shoulder press, chest fly or rear delt, lat pull down, seated row, back extension, and ab crunch. For lower body, you'll often see leg press, leg curl, leg extension, and calf raise machines. You'll usually adjust the weight with a simple pin on the weight stack. Slide it in, check your setup, and you're ready to go. In the free weight area, you've got dumbbells, barbells, plates, and benches. These give you more freedom and more muscle activation, but they demand better control and technique. We'll build you up to these as you get comfortable. Cable machines are adjustable pulleys with different handles. You can do rows, pull downs, curls, and push downs with smooth resistance and constant tension. The Smith machine has a bar attached to rails, which gives you extra stability. The Power Rack uses a free barbell and gives you the most freedom and responsibility for squats and presses once your form is solid. You might also see Bosu balls, medicine balls, suspension trainers, and an open mat area for stretching, body weight moves, and core work. You'll come here a lot for warm-ups, cool downs, and ab finishers. Now let's map out a realistic week so you're not guessing every time you walk in. You don't need to live at the gym, but you do want some consistency. Before I proceed, if you're finding value in this video, please like and subscribe. It motivates me to keep creating content like this. Thanks. A great starting point for a motivated beginner is 5 workout days and 2 rest days. For example, Monday cardio, Tuesday full body strength, Wednesday rest, Thursday full body strength, Friday cardio, Saturday cardio or strength, depending on your goal, Sunday rest. Each session can be 30 to 60 minutes. Plan it out instead of guessing. If you prefer cardio and strength in the same visit, you can go with cardio plus upper body, cardio plus lower body, with rest and light days in between. Remember, if your main goal is weight loss, start with cardio and still keep strength in your plan. If you're focused on strength and muscle, start with strength while you're fresh, then add cardio after. Here's your simple template for every gym visit. You can literally follow this step by step. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of light cardio on the treadmill, bike, or elliptical. Keep it easy at first and gradually increase the effort. Then hit a few simple stretches, quads, hamstrings, chest, shoulders, about 20 to 30 seconds each. On a cardio-focused day, pick one machine and use intervals, like medium, hard, then easy, until you reach 20 to 30 minutes. On a strength-focused day, think in reps, sets, and rest. Start with 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per exercise, with 45 to 60 seconds rest between sets. Pick a weight where the first few reps feel manageable and the last 2 or 3 feel tough but still controlled. Move slowly and with control, about 3 to 4 seconds to lower the weight and 1 to 2 seconds to lift it. Use mostly machines at first. Upper body machines on upper body days, lower body machines on lower body days, or a mix for full body sessions. As you get more confident, start sprinkling in dumbbells, cables, and eventually barbell work. At the end, add a short core finisher, planks for 30 to 60 seconds, and 10 to 15 reps of an ab exercise for 2 to 3 rounds. Cool down with 3 to 5 minutes of easy movement and some stretching on the mats, moves like child's pose and cobra. The golden rules of etiquette. Wipe down your equipment, re-rack your weights, and don't hog machines while scrolling your phone. Afterward, drink water and have some protein to support recovery. 3 big tips for progress. As you start turning this into a lifestyle and not just a January phase, keep these in mind. First, nutrition is huge. You can't out-train a consistently poor diet. Build most of your meals around lean proteins, complex carbs, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. Second, track more than just the scale. Watch how your clothes fit, your energy, your sleep, and how exercises feel over time. If push-ups, squats, or cardio intervals feel easier, you're winning, even if the number on the scale moves slowly. Third, consistency beats perfection. You won't be motivated every day, but showing up regularly is what changes your body and your habits. If you follow this structure, warm up, train smart, finish strong, and repeat, you'll stop feeling lost in the gym and start feeling like you actually belong there. And I'll be right here, Coach Kanma, helping you every step of the way. If this guide helped you feel more confident today, subscribe for more beginner fitness tips. Thank you.